Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing a Gruul aggro list. It is barely Gruul. We are playing Questing Druid as our main Gruul card. There is a couple of sideboard cards if you are into best of 3 for that reason. But outside of that, I really wanted to play this list. It's mainly a mono red list, but it plays Fugitive, Codebreaker, in case of the Crimson Pulse, which are cards I've been excited about with this new set. They're probably two of my more favorite cards from the set because I love the way that they play. They're really unique and have an own play style with them and provide a lot of value, and I love drawing cards regardless, so that's really cool for me. So outside of that, we're going to go ahead and hop into the games. There are a couple of good ones in here for sure, and we're going to go ahead and see how they go. I'm horrified. What would you like from me, opponent? I have a lot of cards. You have a lot of cards. We have a lot of cards. I might play weird. You might play weird. Who really knows? I might even play a Questing Druid right away. And just say, I don't care about the value. Rather make a 2-2 right off the rib. Probably not. I'll probably play the Fugitive, but that's... I might change my mind entirely based on what I draw. That's mine. You have my card. Can I have it back? I have to sneeze very, very bad. And that's why I'm... Oh, that messed me up. Team, I messed up. So, normally this deck that plays this has Emperors and Sunfalls, and they don't really rely on them to populate too often. So I think I'm down to just like vibe for a turn, you know? I'm gonna move to combat. I'm gonna attack. Do I have monster trades here? I think the answer is yes. Because like it's so much more damage that they have to deal with. I mean it went from them taking 2 damage to going to 9. I'm not adding. I can't count. So I'm playing Gruul. Fair enough. You know, that makes sense. Okay. That hurts my feelings. Oh, land. Case sucks against what's in play right now. Have to wait. We have to find a way Stalker Frenzy. It just sucks. So that's kind of the outcome. I mean, we know Sunfall's not really a choice. But I can't play that case with the Shielded in play. I think the clock turns way too fast for them. If a Rafine comes down here, we are devastated pretty much. They do nothing. All right, well, I have to assume that this is Emperor. Sure. Here. Cast this. Reason why is because we're kind of looking at what we got going on here. Right now? Own company time. Have another removal spell for it. And also, if Shielder dies here, it does get exiled because our Kamano. It double block and they take 4. That kind of makes sense. Kind of makes sense to me. Because like you kind of gain 2 of that back immediately, so this really only did 2 damage to you. But I was giving my opponent an opportunity to make a mistake, honestly. They chose not to do that, and I agree with their choice. Who's combat? Oh no, I'm so upset. Okay. Sure. I don't know what you're blocking with that. I block there. You're blocking something else. don't want to blow up their land creature and land here, but they might have another shieldred regardless. I'm at least gonna make them play another shieldred. Could. If it had an extra counter on it, I would do it and get rid of that, but not right now. I mean, not the play. They go to 4. What is their play? You have another shieldred? So that's pretty good. My nose is running from my sneeze earlier, and it's really bad. I thought my nose was going to be bleeding. The weather's been changing a lot, going from really hot to really cold, so I thought maybe my nose was a little bit dry. The 3-4. Throw it out there. Move in. Emperor me. Or block with that. That would make sense. How you blocking? Very mastermind? Okay. Okay. Nervous. Yes. Take action. 0, 1 here. Bonk. No hidden creature now. I have a little scamper. He's having a good time. I have a lot of good draws. Who knows if I'll ever find them. You kind of seem stuck at 3. If you'd like, you could activate this. I don't think you want to, but you could. I bet. Swing. I want them to trade this off if I play this down, by the way. Okay. Bonk. Board. I don't even know if I meet the requirements. Not many. Quick. I'll play Kimono. I'll flip it next turn, maybe. Just shoot a 1. I'll make Kimono draws lethal. I'll make pretty much any draw lethal at this point. You know the best part about these face down cards, but also the worst part if you're playing against them? When they pay to flip them. Okay. I don't get to. But when you pay to flip them, they just flip in ETB. Honestly, it might have been better, by the way, to just, like, do it and say, like, the 1 damage doesn't matter. But it puts them dead to everything. Yes. Turn. That's why you wait. Bonk. I know that sounded toxic, but like genuinely, that's why you wait. Yes? Hurts really bad, but sure. That also hurts really bad. Shocking this Kimono, or I guess we'll hurt ourselves to play this Kimono, and then we'll scamp and scamp next turn, and then we have like Monstrous Rage and Ancestral Anger. Oh, okay. Well, that's cool. I guess we lost. That's something interesting. I love Temporary Lockdown. It's my favorite Magic the Gathering card. How'd you know? You can bring it back and then gain life. Oh, well, there's a tap land. Their bank control? That seems wild to me. Alright, we play land. Destroy Anger on this one. Small one, if you would. Fugitive is cool. We'll use that to try to reload if we can. Move to combat. Attack. We're looking to Monstrous Rage that one so it can trample over Because arguably we could do anything else, but the fact that this gives us 1 extra toughness will keep it alive, which is really crucial here. We're gonna get lost it. Okay. It's also fine. Wait, wish Stalker Frenzy this out of the way? It seems reasonable to do so. Yeah, let's just wish Stalker Frenzy that. Maybe that's a little bit over aggression, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll hit them, hit them down to 14. We'll see what happens. We'll decline this, of course. The other reason I was so aggressive is just because like temporary lockdown and things like that do exist against our deck. Well, that case is just a good value kind of look here. Target this one, because if it does resolve and we do make it bigger, that's great. Trying to land. Fine with me. Barrel this off again. Not land, we're kind of upset about it. With Stalker Frenzy, I do think we can let go. It is a little bit deceiving, but they can't activate this land. I have a weird feeling that this is just an Emperor. No? Alright. I kind of just want to let this go and shoot them for 3. I have a feeling we're getting Sunfalled next turn, so I'm going to take the chance. I'm just going to let this go and shoot him. That is so weird to think about, but I think with our hand potentially, I think we're sitting pretty fine. And they also still don't have the mana to bring up this anchorage. Kamano's good. Kamano is like close to lethal. Back. Where are you getting the blue mana from? That's kind of why I was like, I'm gonna be so great. Oh, they just now realized they didn't have the blue mana. Okay. Mono. Hopefully that sticks. It sure does. I didn't want to play this because I thought it was just going to get countered, but in this case, anybody was discarded and then draw 2 cards. Sure, we'll go for it. There's a counter spell in hand. In this case, we'll definitely get it. Yep. They still get value. Definitely fine for them. What do you have, opponent? Sure. And just like that, we find a way to get through. Palace Haste. Back for 3. Wow. Very weird. They really thought they had the anchorage, and because of the blue mana not being there, we actually end up sliding. I don't know why I was going to say sliding away with the victory. We end up just like taking away the victory, kind of like a little slimy boy, you know? My opponent goes first. That's tough, dog. That's tough. We'll keep though. I'm gonna lead off with a scamp. I'm so scared now. Okay, well I'm gonna lead off with Kamano. Here we go. What do we grow here? Do we grow Swift Spear or do we grow the Scamp? I don't know. Swift Spear plus Monstrous Rage is so good, but also go for the throat so devastating. Do we do that? I have a feeling this might be cut down. Maybe that's what we play towards. Ooh. I am definitely playing the Swift Spear here. Then we'll go to combat. If they try to cut down, we'll play with Fire their Sleeper. And then we'll be living good. Sure, we'll just hit. Take it. I think they do have the answer. They just don't want to get blown out by it. Honestly, a lot of times you'll take the damage first, and then you'll go to end step and then try to remove it, so you don't have to take all the extra damage getting hit really hard with it. Play with fire. Prowess. Now they'll have to cut down it again. Now cut down fizzles. We do this. Copperline Gorge on top is great. That was kind of our fear. We definitely need another land. Mono will flip here if they pay for Evolve Sleeper. Alright, well, takes an extra removal spell. Sure. That's one of the reasons I thought about targeting the sleeper as well, because I was like, it could be like a real devastating play here. I do. I commit to the damage, or do I Witch Stalker Frenzy this? Because if they grow it, I guess it doesn't matter, right? I guess it's not even that bad. Let's do this. Stick. Like, come on. Play this because Monstrous Rage is still really great on that creature too. Now we have a couple of creatures in play. We hit for 3. We'll see what their play is here. We have a double attack. Ooh, that's pretty good. I just kind of assumed they didn't have it based on how the hand played out thus far. So I'll take. We'll do 0 damage. That's fine with me. I'm perfectly fine with that. Anger. We hit a land. We can Witch Stalker Frenzy out of the way. We do not. Like a mono. Cut down's no longer available. We don't have to worry too much. Stack. So I feel like that block's pretty much guaranteed. But now we can Monstrous Rage this and guarantee this is always going to be big enough to not get hit with a cut down, but also hit our opponent for 5 and make our burn spells good. They now can either -1/1 here and then cut down it. If that's the case, they gain 2, go to 7. They could sack it, make me sack it with the Gilded Edict. Liliana. What did we draw? What did we draw? I just realized that they've also been missing lands and stuff. So definitely an interesting draw. Go to combat. We hit Liliana. I don't like when people let Liliana stick around a lot of times. We're definitely going to ward this though. Stalker Frenzy, not the best. We can also do some shenanigans where we go, especially if we draw a land, it's really nice. Where we can go to combat, kind of attack our opponent. Oh. Land Shitter's Edict? No. Okay. Alright. How much does this cost me? 2. It cost me 1 at the end of this combat. So I will move to combat. I will attack. I will Witch Stalker Frenzy here. And then attempt lethal, because they could have cut down. They might not. We'll attempt lethal. Okay, get away with it. Definitely unfortunate for them. 3 lands mono black typically cannot survive on, especially when you're playing like this variation of the deck, because every single creature is so dangerous because of things like Monstrous Rage, Kamano, proving why it's such a good 1-drop. Kamano makes all these decks, like these ones specifically, I think nuts. I think if Kamano didn't exist, a lot of these decks would suffer a lot because cut down would always be kind of good against them, whereas like right now cut down's not necessarily ever good against them. Can be, but it's kind of never good. All right, go first. And it's pretty sick. I like this hand. I'll play Kamano. We're gaming. Do I just play the Codebreaker or do I play the Questing Druid? I'm in danger. Haha. I play the creature that that'll just keep getting bigger, and I think the answer is yes. Because like next turn it's a 2/2 now. Next turn it'll be a 4/4. Plus I'll play this attack. Ooh, that's great. That's great. That's not as good. So we play this. Play Codebreaker. Could argue we should play the creature side. I think right now we're just all in. It's out of our way. We're on a hand. We're speedsters, if you would. Attack. And the reason why this is so good is because Witch Stalker Frenzy is 1 mana next turn. So they have to gain a lot. This will go up to 5. This will go up to 3 for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're close. No! Land, you suck. Attack. Pop. Move in. We're so aggressive. Turn up the heat. Down to 2. You have to have a good play. Man, I feel for our opponent too. I love that life gain deck. I love Orzhov life gain. I think, and it's crazy to say it, they lost the game specifically because their lands came in tapped. I think that second land coming in tapped and kind of, well, I mean, I guess they did get to play this, but if they were able to play this voice early and then kind of do the things after, I think they're looking solid. All right. No, yeah, because it'd been a 3-3, and then I had to try to with Soccer Frenzy it there. That having a tap land early is so devastating, and we take full advantage of it there. Oh, we go first. This deck feels like cheating when you go first, honestly, sometimes. Like, the difference between going first in this deck and then going second with this deck feels incredibly different. Well, we'll play this. They will have removal eventually. Like, we're not going to commit anything to this board at all. We're not letting them get more value than what they should. Like, if this is a counter spell, that's great. I'm happy for you. Combat. 5. I think it's the thing I mess up a lot playing this deck. It's just being like, I'm not going to grow. I'm not going to do anything. I do think they have temporary lockdown. I'm going to decline this. I'm going to decline this. I could play these, but I think my play is to actually just, like, grow these. I'm going to try to grow them somewhat equally here. Ooh. Do I, like, just double Swiss Spear after this combat? Kind of. I know it's like we don't have another land in hand, but I do like just against control be like, here's double hasters. Answer them. Again. They want to play this way? I'll play slow. They have to be careful. This is 5 damage on the board. Decline. Did I play 1? I think I should play 1 because I think it changes lethal. Because now I can get exactly 6 in if they don't do anything. In turn. Okay. It could depopulate here and then take 5. That'd be cool. If I draw a land, they can take more than that. Or a monstrous rage, I could take more than that. That's what's so crazy about this deck, dude. Oh, the reanimator? They can reanimate next turn. That's something they could do. Are you bringing it out? No? Emperor? Well, fire is super sick here. I think I have to kind of go for it here. Because I will sacrifice these scampers. Let's play Swift Spear. See if they counter it. Combat. Attack. This one to the dome. Prowess triggered. Wow. No Emperor and no reanimate spell. They were, I think they're playing the elephant one. I think it's 4 mana. I could be wrong. I think it's like white 2 and X. So you have to just spend 4 mana, and they definitely, if they do that, they bring this back, and it's just like, sure, I bring this back. I'll just Sunfall the board, and I'll retry again later. But the fact that we get there against control is kind of wild. And I think this is one of the mistakes I make pretty often with this deck, is being slightly too aggressive early and using all my cards instead of being like, just hold the haster back. We'll just play it later. Definitely at fault for just being like creature, like playing it like mono red. Just play everything in your hand at always, because you can always draw into burn. This deck, you're not always going to draw into a burn spell, so you have to be a little bit more careful. All right, well, we have the notorious on the draw hand. That being a turn ahead, we'll always feel a turn behind, and we'll be big, sad, and cry. Okay, that case, that's pretty sick. I think of all weird things to play, I'm gonna play the Scamper first, and then I'm gonna play Commando, and I'm gonna Ancestral Anger the Scamper if they allow me to. Oh, okay, it's this deck. I don't know. I've been playing. I played Boris mid range a second ago, so I'm in a little bit of the territory here. I do think because they tapped the way they did, I do think it's just like Kamano here, anger here. I don't think we have time for this card either, which kind of sucks. Hit for 2. I could in theory have done it like differently, sacked and then got this off the board, and maybe that's a little bit of a better play, especially knowing that I drew this questing druid. But, or did I find that out after? I think I found that out. Person's not real. Like, I'm on record for saying this person's not real. Where's the woman from the plane when you need her? That person's not real. Help, team. Okay, what do we do? I attack, I monstrous rage, hit, sack, blow up to 3/4, and then just cycle questing druid. I mean, I guess. Attack, do this, hit, take the action. No, I'm at 0. Deal 4 to this thing. I almost made an oopsie. You guys wouldn't have cared, right? You'd still love me, right? Be like, that guy Brick, he's so smart. He made this creature. Ah, I'm dead. I'm dead. I can't keep up with that. Play a knight while you're at it. But hit me first for 2. Ooh. I guess you can kind of do whatever you want. Doesn't really matter. I guess pop this. I thought about cycling this. I think just taking this 2/1 out of the way. Makes the knight a little bit more awkward because they have to tap completely down to play it, but I'll lose regardless. It's fine. I'm scared. I'm afraid. This might be our only saving grace. I might have to just straight up play it. Much as it sucks, I might just have to play it here. Yeah, I'm playing this, and I'm just going to play this next turn. I have a 1/1. Be scared. Be very afraid. You only have 1/1s? Do I have it in the fest? Ooh, I'm dead. I mean, I could tell you if I'm dead right now. I know the exact deck list I'm playing. The 4 in the festivities in the sideboard would be cool, but no, we're dead. I'll just concede. There's no point playing this game out. What it is. All right. Well, it was pretty late yesterday when I recorded my outro, and I definitely needed to redo it. I was not cohesive at all. So, but yeah. So the deck list plays a lot like Mono Red would, and you can definitely just play Mono Red if you really wanted to. I think the Questing Druid adds a lot of value in a lot of kind of games where you need to grind it out, and one threat creature could be all that makes a difference, and Questing Druid can do that sometimes. You also get the option in Best of One to add things like Tyvarson and Royal Treatment, stuff like that if you really want to go all in, or you can even go down to playing the Picnic Ruiner deck. This deck did place well in a challenge. That's why I submitted this deck list today. It went like 6-2, and it was the only like kind of aggro deck like this that wasn't Convoke that actually was placing well, so it's very cool. And just like I said in the intro, I think it kind of came true. The fact that these were my kind of favorite cards to play in this deck, and the only real reason I ended up picking it up today. I understand like this card right here can definitely be frustrating, whether you're playing it, watching it, or your opponent's playing it. It can definitely be kind of awkward to deal with. They go to kill it, you monster rage it, and you hit them for a ton or something stupid like that. And then like Ancestral Anger, who's kind of lost a lot of value over the time being. Like this used to be really good with Illuminator Virtuoso in that kind of heroic deck, and there is still that in Pioneer. I think they might have cut this by now because cards like this now exist, but either way, this card has a lot of good value. But finding it playable again here is cool. But this would be like a card you would cut for like a Royal Treatment or something. It'd be less card draw. It'd be more about protecting your creature. But at the end of the day, this is just like all mono red shenanigans. We don't really have to worry about talking about this too much, but these are the cool cards, in my opinion. These are the fun cards, and these are the cards I like to build with in the future. I think one of the things I want to do with this is play this in like a blue-red prowess list. I did play Jeskai prowess at one point because obviously you have Monastery Mentor and you have like Narset. But the problem, and I think I talk about this a lot in the control decks, is the problem about building that deck in Jeskai is the mana's too complicated. Even blue-red's weird because you don't have like the fast lands. You have to rely on ping lands and kind of slower things, or you even have to rely on tap lands like your creature lands, and it just gets way more complicated when those decks really are about curating their hand right out of the get-go. Guess what I want to say. But outside of keeping the outro too long, I'm gonna call it here. I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.